Tatsu from Tokyo Automotive. Today I'm going to show you how to put a KW suspension coilover into an FRS. We have a 2013 FRS behind us. So right now I'm taking off the wheels. We're going to take off the ABS line to avoid tearing it when the hub falls out when you take off these nuts. Next is another precautionary measure, taking off this nut right here. So again, when the hub falls out, we don't want it to stretch this brake hose. I'm going to detach the sway bar link. You can see the sway bar down here and also the link up here. We got everything free and clear from snapping or breaking. Great precautionary measure. So the bolt fall right out, and there you go. Previously, we had loosened the top bolts, and I just left in one with a couple threads. So I'm holding the shock as I loosen that 12 millimeter above, and the shock will drop out. If I just went and wailed on the nuts, it would have just fallen out and perhaps cut this brake line, the ABS hose, or anything like that. So this is Alan. He owns the car, and he's an employee of ours here at Tokyo Automotive. Hey, this is the KW. Oh my God, this is so cool. I mean, it's been sitting on our floor for a week, and Alan's been like drooling over it for the last... This is like as complete as it possibly can get. It comes somewhat preset from as ride height goes. When you put it in the car, you should be able to just drive it without adjusting it. Obviously, you should go get it corner balanced and tweak it for individual road settings. This is a spring compressor. I highly doubt you have this in your home garage. So if you run into this problem of trying to take the top hat off, and you're probably going to want to bring the stock suspension to a garage, they'll probably charge you a few bucks for it. And the reason why I have to take off the top hat off of this is it's going to be reused on the KW suspension. So I've taken out the shock top and the spring mount for this OE piece. And I've sandwiched everything together, hand tightened the nut on top of it, and now we're ready to put the suspension back into the car. Take note of this red little dot that Toyota's provided. That kind of goes towards the front of the car. All right, so I got the shock up top cinched up by hand, and now I mate the hub to the shock. And then I use my knee, bring it up, and shove the bolt through. We have the stock suspension on the left side and the KW on the right, so the sway bar is kind of uneven right now. I disconnected the sway bar connection on the other side so it could drop down. Now that it's disconnected, the sway bar freewheels, so we can basically put the nut back onto the sway bar end link. I'm not putting too much pressure on it to where it would strip it, but just enough so that it doesn't move anymore. So we got everything back together now. The nuts over here, the bolts over here. Just double check that everything's tight before you bring everything down. The ABS line, also the brake hose, you want that to be snug. Also the sway bar end link, just double check everything's tight. And now it's time to bring everything down. We bring everything down. Now that it's on the weight of the car is on it, we can tighten the top 3 12 millimeter head nuts and also the center on the shock. So the KWs are 14-way adjustable dampening. Basically going clockwise, you're going stiffer, and each progressive click is stiffer. I'm not going to mess with that right now very much at all. I'm just going to leave it the factory setting until the driver gets a feel for what he prefers. KW provides this adjustment. Basically, it's a Allen wrench on the tip of this piece for rebound purposes. Earlier we saw the bottom setting, that's for compression. The top setting is for rebound. You can find the 2 bolts for the shock back over here, and it just drops right out. Alan just pushed the shock up from underneath. He matched up the holes here, and I'm now putting the nuts on top of it. There you go. We put the Variant 3 KWs in Alan's FRS. They're awesome shocks. I can't speak highly enough about them. I hope this instructional video was helpful. It's really easy to put in. I suggest you go try it yourself.